It's Thursday, Jupiter Day, a day of growth and expansion. I am the High Priestess Phoenix, your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil, messenger of God, child of God, the Lilith reincarnated, here on another one. I'm exhausted actually, I just had one hell of a cry. One hell of a cry. I couldn't even hold it in, bro. Couldn't even. It just started pouring out. What happened? Well, you have to keep up with me and my community page. I had a job interview that I nailed, bro. And they're going to have me come in on Tuesday, which is our new moon, for a site walk and go from there with the district manager. And which basically is, I got this job, bro. I'm super duper excited. I want to get on here and show you something, though. The whole reason I want to talk about it is, as crazy as that may be to everyone, because I was not looking for a job, I was not chasing. Now, all glory to God. I'm here just to tell you that God works. If you put your faith in God, He's not going to fail you. And so I'm sitting here looking like a fucking failure to all these motherfuckers because I won't get a job and do anything to fix my fucking life. God says not to do this shit. He says stop chasing shit. I'll take care of it. And I'm like not being obedient and I'm having a hard time because I have no fucking pride and people are fucking clowning me and I just like I'm tired of this. It's like nobody's gonna date me like this. Nobody's gonna respect me like this. I'm never gonna get anywhere like this. Fucking God. He's like, well, just keep doing it. Like, you're killing me, Smalls. You are like killing me in such a big way. Which is your ego death. So he tells me to give up, bro. Just give up. Just fucking give up. And that's exactly what people really wanted to hear, is that I was just, you know, gonna continue to be a fucking loser forever. And so I gave up. And I didn't do shit about nothing. I did the bare minimum that I was required to do instead of fucking being overly ambitious and trying to fucking win some shit. I just accept the loss and just said, fuck it, I'll let you do whatever you're gonna do. If I end up in my fucking car again, then fine. Whatever. In the essence, is where I sat with it. I was like, fine, God, whatever, bro. I don't even have the energy to fight you this time. So I gave up. And when I gave up, he came through and saved the day. He didn't just give me a job, though. He gave me a good job. The position itself, 20% of it is dealing with customers and doing front office, you know, work. 80% of it is property management, which is me getting my hands dirty. I get to maintain, I get to clean. I get to clean, is what that means. Property management is, you know, is that kind of shit. Keeping the property up to standards. And I get to manage multiple properties. Meaning I get to, you know, I won't be bored. And I get to actually work. And that's something I was looking for, you know. I really was going to just get a fucking housekeeping position. Because I wanted something where I could use the skills I have, which is, you know what I mean, cleanliness. And I wanted to just be fucking left alone. In this position, dude, I can't make it up. I was in the car with her on Tuesday. And she said it out of nowhere. I think she'll be hateful if I tell her I got this job. To be honest, I know she will. Because she told me she's like that. She's like, I don't like to share my resources with people. Meaning she let it slide. She's like, I don't want to help people get housing before I get mines. Right? So she didn't really want to help me with, you know, her housing resources. But I got some out of it. No big deal. Unless I win, and then she'll be really fucking pissed. But anyway, she had said something like that. And she was like, you know what be... I was telling her how I had planned to work for, the campgrounds, and how I had this huge plan that the job would come with housing. And she's like, you know, this company does that for those people. I was like, really? And like I said in my earlier video, I don't know if my phone heard it or if it was a message from God. Because yesterday I didn't have to. I went above and beyond. I have to complete, you know, so many applications and put in so much effort a week to better my situation. So, you know, yesterday I decided to go above and beyond and put in more applications before I had to meet with my caseworker. And this fucking position popped up on my fucking on my search. And so I went through it and I did the thing and I did all of it, and before I knew it I was scheduled for an interview, and it was just, you know, meant to be. And it was like I wasn't trying. I mean, I wasn't not trying, but I wasn't chasing, right? That's the thing, I wasn't chasing. And it was just given to me, like God said. And I attracted a position that is very respectable, pays well, and is something that the actual responsibilities of the position are something I could do, with my eyes closed. And I'm left alone. I remember, like, the best part, he said, he's like, well, I need to let you know that, with everything that's going on, we tend to have some unfavorable clientele, drug addicts and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, I can handle it. I didn't really go into it, but I was like, I can handle that. He was like, you would understand from working, the night audit at hotels that, you need to have some difficult conversations with people that are doing weird things. I was like, yeah. I just kept it all in. I was like, dude, I have to do that all day, is have difficult conversations with people that are doing weird things. But I fucking hit it out of the fucking ballpark. And when I did that, I said earlier, I was like, I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm just going to be hopeful. You know what I mean? And the essence is, if I don't kill this interview, then I'll learn more about my interviewing and how to do better in the next one. But I sat there with the intention that, bitch, I'm going to get this job. Why? Because I wanted it. And that's what it was, is I didn't want it. I didn't have any wants 2 days ago. That's what I said. I had no desire for anything. I didn't care until God gave me something that I wanted. And that's how my manifestations and visions work. And that's why people get mad about me, is like, you could put your mind to anything and have anything. I could. But then I'd have a bunch of fucking problems of shit I just manifested that's stuck in my life now. Created all these problems for myself, not solutions. Created problems. In the sense of, I'm not going to beg God for a job if he told me not to get a job, and then I get a job, and then I'm crying because I can't keep up with the job and my life and my spirituality, and I'm tired. I'm not going to ask for something that I really probably don't want. Now, as I said, it's like I really, really wanted a job, but I wanted it intentional to be like, I could stick this out. It's not going to be just a part-time, I'm just going to get you for a paycheck and get out of this bitch. You know what I mean? I wanted something, with some versatility, some cross-training, some different hats, something that aligned with my true, core values and what brings me joy in a workplace. And, God knew, he made a checklist of what that would look like, and he knew the perfect job for me, so I wasn't just out there looking for a job. And just to top it off, so on top of that, like, my whole day just turned out perfect so far, and it's just a Thursday, but then tomorrow we'll face darknesses like we always do. It's like, my kids got signed up. I was signing them up for a summer camp, but I didn't have the full details of this summer camp. And I go to sign them up. This is a full paid scholarship for them to go on a fucking week-long fucking summer camp resort at fucking Estes Park. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah. And I was like, what? And in the essence, I was like, damn, my kids are going to be gone for a whole couple of days. That means I could be gone for a couple of, but then I got a job. I ain't going nowhere. That's where that is too. He's like, do you have any travel plans? I was like, no, not really. I should have told him, but I really didn't at this point. I didn't have anywhere I was going. I thought I was, but I wasn't. And I just want to point that out too. I had planned to travel on June 11th, and that's a Wednesday, and then that Friday the 13th would have been great to be somewhere, traveling. Again, we'll see what my schedule looks like, but it's cool. Because again, I didn't have a life, and God gave me a life. And from there, you know what I mean, then we can start, just kind of putting the pieces. I didn't do it, and that's what was pissing people off, is I was making no effort to try to, no, what you didn't know is I was doing everything to try to make my life better, and God kept making it worse, so I stopped trying. That's what's in those videos, bro, of how hard it was. And I want you to go back, it's probably been 2 weeks now, to the over-toxic masculinity in feminine energy. And it's like, dude, I've been trying to master this for so fucking long. And once you master it, that's the blessing. It's like, you have to get through this. Your life is not going to pick up. You cannot go forward. You will not collect $200 until you deal with this. The mastering of your old programming, your intentions, your way of life, and you know what I mean, what you're chasing. In the essence, is just stop chasing a life and let God give you one. Work on you and let him work on the outside, and that's all that he's ever done. So now, you know what I mean, I've done all this work, and that's where it is too, is am I going to be able to do all this work in the 3D? He says I'm ready. I kept thinking I was ready. I could go out there and get a job and be a normal human being. But he says, when he says, which in essence to me, that looks like healing, bro. That I can give that much more time to my outside world. I don't need to give so much more time to my inside world. And then where I am in my priesthood, bro, I'm giving you guys... realistically, I could give you one of these videos a week and you could fucking sit there and study them all fucking week. Cutting back on that, you know what I mean, is not bad because, again, we have to delegate our energy properly. I foreseen this happening during Taurus season because Taurus season was all about grounding and stability and shit. But I guess, you know, we didn't catch that fucking wave, or we're a little bit behind schedule. But I look to the skies and to the gods to know what's going on in life. And that's how the Egyptians and the natives and any of the, you know what I mean, the land workers did. It's like, we cultivate what God gives us, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not going to run over to your farm and steal some of your seeds to turn around and try to grow them in my dirt. Is what that kind of means. Is like, you stick, you know, the grass isn't greener on your side. If I tend to my own grass, it's going to be pretty and green. Instead of these 50 shades of fucking brown we got here in Colorado. I just want to share that. You know what I mean? It's like, nobody ever, and that's what they sit there. They're like, where's your God? I mean, confirmation. He works pretty fucking slow. He gets on my nerves with this shit too. For reals. I'm like, come on, where are you? He's there. He works in his own time. And it's slow as fuck. And he waits till the last fucking minute. In the essence, it's not the last minute, but all of that great shit happened. And then I'm going to pick up my daughter and go hopefully find her a great dress for her little fucking... You know what? She sent me a message is that I didn't have to go to her continuation because it's going to be outside and there's no seating. She's like, you don't even have to come, Mom. Thank God. I don't have to stand around a bunch of fucking people. Thank God. This is just a super blessing. On 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 2, 3 is what I saw on the timer. I know it doesn't make sense. God doesn't make sense, and the shit he asks you doesn't make sense. And you're gonna have to go back to that Bible, bro. It didn't make sense that he would ask, you know, I'm hearing Michael Jackson. He's like, I'm just a man. It's like it didn't make sense that he thought we were capable of doing such things. But he gives us the strength, and he gives us the willpower. He gives us the mindset. He gives us the tools to get this shit done. We just got to take the steps in faith that it can be done by someone like us. That's, you know, that Bible is filled with unbelievable stories of how God just came to regular people, bro, and gave them, you know what I mean? Made them royal. And it's like, you know, this story, it's like, I didn't do it, bro. That's the magic, you see. You get to see how God works in people's lives, but especially mine. That's what I'm here to show you. Jesus showed you, the disciples showed you, history showed you that God works. I'm here to get you back to God and let him do the work for you so you don't just be working your ass to the fucking grave. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to have a job that's going to keep me fit and buff, and I'm going to be working. But I'm not working for pride. I'm not working for a paycheck. I'm not working for a boyfriend. I'm not working for a house. I'm working for God. Everything we do for God. And that's where there's no pride. That's where the honor comes. We do honorable work because it's not for just us. You know? And this is totally a job I wouldn't have took. Like, I mean, I didn't... It's just that management, you know what I mean? He saw that I had management experience. And I was able to really... Well, what happened? Well, let me explain. And that's it. It's like, you seem like you'd be a good fit, and let's talk. And I asked you the right questions. Well, you know, what does your training system look like? How does this look as far as, you know, the diversity is like, well, right away, we're going to, you know, you could be at one store, opening one store one day, and, you know what I mean, closing another store another day. It is a 9-to-5 job, 9 to 6, 9 to 5 on the weekends. Who the fuck finds that shit? What the fuck? What the fuck, bro? In my whole life. Not never. Not never ever find some fucking daytime fucking bullshit. You know what my kids' school is? They're not going to be going there, but in the essence, their school schedule is from 9 to 4. That's fucking perfect, bro. That means that, you know what I mean? You have the ability to, you know, those are just great hours. And my kids are older. And we can finally kind of, I don't know, I told you, God had a plan, dude. He promised that by the next school year, which, no matter how you fucking look at it, that's in 2 months, bro, that we would be settled. And that's what I was trying to figure out. How is that going to play out? He's got a plan. And his plans are better than yours. I couldn't have planned this. I couldn't have planned it. And I said that to Marshall too. I was like, I'm not out of money, but it will go away soon. You know what I mean? It will disappear soon. And that's where it is. It's like, he knows. And that's why it's like, you know, I don't stop spending. I just start, you know, in those moments, you start faithing real hard. Like, I don't know where the next, you don't know. You say, God. God's got me, dude. God's got me. I get to walk around and say, God gave me a job. I know you guys like to run around and say, I did this and it was all me and I'm so proud of me and look at me. You know, that's how Mr. Plum was. When I came back from Walmart after I had that interview and they hired me within a couple minutes, he just was so proud of me. And couldn't wait to tell the church and his friends and everybody how I'd made it work that fast. Because, you know, the truth is his friend, Ezekiel, had been fucking unemployed for over 1.5 years. And I walked in the first week and got a job. And it could have been a job that Ezekiel could have got because it was a, you know, overnight stalker's position. Ugh, and that was terrible too. I had to face Bobby. I talked to Bobby. I was like, ugh, I have a job at Walmart. He's like, that's not bad. I work for Coca-Cola. Well, I mean, I don't know what you do, but I feel like an idiot doing this. I would never do this job in the essence. And it's like, you know, stuff like that. So it wasn't, and that's what I told Mr. Plum. I was like, Mr. Plum, it wasn't me. You know it wasn't me. And that's how it happened too. Mr. Plum saw it on Facebook and told me about it. And I applied and they scheduled me immediately for an interview. And then they gave me the job. It just took like a fucking month to start it. You know what I mean? And that was what was crazy, because during that time I lost my car and I needed, you know, God was teaching. Oh shit, was God taking me through the ringer. So, all glory to God, guys. And I know, you know, and that's where it is like, if you would have known the old me, you might have respected her a lot more than what it is now. But I tell you that, you know, that was just what I was programmed to do, and I did it well, you know what I mean? I looked good, and I was very sophisticated in the sense in my work behaviors, and I had money. I mean, there was times where I was struggling, like I did a lot of, like, you know, I'd kind of overspend and do stuff like that, but when I got it right, I got it right. It took me forever to figure out how to get it right. And, you know, I got it right through Lyft, to be honest. And I had this dream, I had this idea that if I could just get a Lyft car, I could do this all over again. Right? So when I came back to Colorado, I saw like, all right, in like 3 months, I'll be able to put down a deposit and get a Lyft car. Dude, within 3 weeks of me coming back to Colorado, he gave me a Lyft car, but he showed me that that was not going to be my way out. I could not go back to anything I had done before. You know what I mean? He showed me, like, I'm parked out in front of these hotels, and the people that work the hotel are the same motherfuckers that I worked with years ago, doing the same old job. And it's like, even though I'm not where you think I should be, it's like, do you know what I've experienced since the last time I've seen you? I've lived so many lives. And you're still here on your same puny life? Like, how's that 401k treating you? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is this? In the essence, it's like, you know, I've always been called the Phoenix because it's like, I live multiple lives. I really do set this shit on fire, bro. Like, all right, I'm done with this. I am so done with this. I am out. You could say it's the fire in me. You could say it's the Sagittarius. You could say it's all kinds of shit. You could say it's Lilith. You could say it's the Dark Goddess. I don't know, bro. It's always been a code of ethics, though. If I'm unhappy, I got to do something about it. And that was really what was terrible is, you know, staying in my relationships. I lost my freedoms because I wouldn't, you know, in my mindset to the relationship, the loyalties to these relationships. So when asked to go back and step in a relationship, to me it's losing every part of my freedoms again, because that's how I lost them to begin with, was stepping into relationships. But even then, you know, and I had such a fucked up mentality where I was like, I couldn't ask Allie on a date because I didn't have no money. Tell me how stupid that sounds. It is so distorted. So distorted. And I've fixed all of that. You know what I mean? Where I'm not, but I did post that. That was a great post yesterday. It was, this girl what did it say? Girl fell in love with a homeless man, married him, and now has 2 children. And it was a great story. It was a great story. It's on my community page. I saw it on Facebook. She just saw him outside of the fucking store, and something about him stood out to her. And she offered him some money, and he said, no, I'm cool. And she came out and tried to offer him some money again. He said, no, I'm cool. And, he offered to carry her bags in, and she thought that was amazing, and she, like, forced him to go out to dinner with her, and he didn't really like that, but they went out and had a good dinner. And she was like, you know, I want to keep in touch with you. So she went and got him a little burner phone so they could text. And then the whole next day they were texting. She found a new friend. She asked him to come over for dinner. She would cook them dinner the next night. And she made him a bed, and he never left. It goes on to say how, you know, she got him a haircut, and he got some teeth implant, and then he got a job, and they got married, and they had a family. It was a beautiful story. Do you guys remember when Miley Cyrus pulled some homeless guy off the street and took him to the Grammys or to the MTV Awards or some shit like that? Just, you know what I mean? Took a Cinderella and made their dream come true. I don't look back on my sugar mama behaviors as something bad. I see that, you know what I mean? They were, you know, the Queen of Cups of me had gone too far. The Queen of Pentacles has gone too far. I was too giving, and I wasn't allowing myself to receive. I understand that now. I don't think that's a bad thing. But I had to get my mind straight. And you have to, you know, that's what this is all about, is changing from the inside out. You change inside so you can change, so your outside world can change. And as much as I'd like to say I put so much work into, you know, getting a new life, I didn't do it outside. And that was the hardest part, is not trying to do the outside work, but just sticking on the inside work. Hey, there's a big ass bee. Look at my fears. They're so great. This bee flew straight into my window. Oh, that was another fear God made me work through last summer. He wanted me to be still with the bees. The busy bees. That's a sign of busyness. We're about to jump into serious action. I have a couple more days to work through some hard stuff, let go of some old habits and ways of life, and move into the new. You have a couple more days to shed skin, and that's how that looks, is the, you know what I mean, the waning moon. It'll be the dark moon on moon day, and then God, who gives us strength on a Tuesday with the new moon, will have new strength, new energy, new inspiration. If you do this, if you build it, they will come. I said that since the beginning. For the new people, we got another new one. This is how we do it. Go back and catch my earlier video. In a little while, we're going to finish up working with your mindset. And then I'll teach you how to work with the fires within. Because we're going to need that fire for what comes next, right? Right. Get it right. Get it tight. And the point is, all glory to God, bro. God doesn't fail you, bro. We be failing. We're some fucking super ass failures. But God doesn't fail us, bro. As long as we choose to believe, bro. It's all about believing in it. Believing in it, and not just believing that, you know, Ed McMahon's gonna come give you a big fat check. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself, bro. You're gonna have to humble yourself. I told Russ he needed to get a real job, bro, just to have the experience, just to say you did it. Look, the bee is in my car. He is so in my car. Why? It's what I'm burning, actually. I'm burning all kinds of shit. I forgot. Let me put that outside. What are you burning? Lavender and white sage, some myrrh and some frankincense. And then whatever this is, I don't know what it is. Styrex or something? I don't know how to pronounce it. STYX or something? I don't know. It's in the bag. Just being grateful, sending out my, you know what I mean? My grateful fucking spirit. And that's it. I'm going to go take my kids, and I'm just grateful, bro. God just, He'd be having you on the edge of your seat, bro, but that seat that He put you in, In the beginning, it feels like a fucking car seat, and you're on the roller coaster from hell, and you're fucking just screaming and crying, and they just keep turning up the music and blowing the wind in your face. Fucking giving you soda and snacks while you're back there telling you to fall asleep. But eventually, you realize that that seat that he has put you in, that you are strapped down to, is a fucking throne. You just have to grow into it. So, you know, all my power comes from being powerless. It comes from the obedience. You know, I don't manifest anything. I walk with God and his visions on my life. And that's how all of this, you know, it's just a vision. And it becomes a reality. And it all starts with how you think. And that's why, you know, to the new people, we need to work on the way you think so you can think positive. You got to believe in some shit you never seen before, bro. That way you can see some shit you never seen before. It all starts in believing in it. And on top of that, you know what else is happening? I'm getting married and having babies. Really? 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 I pulled out my two white ensembles today. I was like, wow, these are really important. I was like, this must be, and I mean, it's like almost like one's the wedding dress, one's the reception. Really? Yeah, dude, they're really formal. They're beautiful. I can't think of anything else of why I would be wearing white other than on my wedding day. And I got lingerie ready too. Whoop, 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 whoop. Somebody bring the lube. Super bad, right? Get it? He's like, you brought a bottle of lube? What are you, a serial killer? That's actually to face my own fears. It's an internal joke or an internal fear. We're working through our fears. Bring the lube. I'm afraid. I'm scared. Yeah, God is good. And again, this all starts, the kids' confirmation. The kids' school is out this week, so I had it. You know what I mean? I had this availability to give a job everything they needed. You know, give it all you got. give it all you got. Give it all you got. I'm about to celebrate. I forgot my headphones. Damn it, Beavis. Well, it's because I came running down all excited to go tell my case manager that I got a job. Because I didn't get to see her yesterday. It was all that shit, and she wasn't even available. Then I walk in, and she looks like she's dying, and she has the mask on her. I was like, do you need some healing? As I'm filled with tears, I got a job. I was like, okay. she's very calm and collective. I'm emotional mushy. I'm emotionally mushy. God's taking care of me, and I'm very grateful. And my car is okay. My life's going to be okay. And everything's going to be okay. That's good stuff. Hey, I love you guys. I'll catch you guys later with that, you know, intro to tarot, part 10. 10 means completion. Later, haters.